Today we are going to teach you step by step how to read and use one of the most important indicators in the world of trading, especially for those who focus on scalping or day trading, as it is perfect for not only understanding the market, but also give us the zones and entry points in trend changes, pullbacks, or reversals, certainly one of the most powerful tools you can use to improve your trading. Welcome to the Trader's Game. And before we start, remember that in the description you have the links to join us in our Telegram community, where every day we post charts and analysis of what is happening in the financial markets. And also the trading bonus page, which has been updated and have added new promotions and free bonuses for all those who are starting in the world of trading. Do not forget to leave your email if you want to receive a weekly newsletter with everything that has happened during those days. In this case, we are in the Bitcoin chart in the 1-minute time frame, but I already advance you that this indicator can adapt perfectly to temporalities of 5, 10, or even 15 minutes. In higher temporalities it would also work perfectly, but if it is one of the indicators that has more effectiveness in low temporalities, why we are going to waste its potential in higher temporalities? First, in the indicators area, we look for RSI and select the J. Rogers Heiken Ashi RSI oscillator. Click and it will appear something like this. As you can see, it gives us enough data of the market in every moment, but the first thing we are going to do is to go to the data entries, and as you can see, if we raise the level of the length, for example to 40, we see how the indicator is shown too inaccurate, so what we have to do is to lower that length to 10, so that it gives us more extensive information in each of the candles. In open smoothing it would be exactly the same, so we will place it at 5, as you can see, just visually we can interpret the information better. Down here we have other options, such as showing the stochastic, which can also use other variables, but in this case we will leave it like this. We would only change the length and the open smoothing. In the style part we are going to remove the RSI histogram and all this part that would correspond to the stochastic. Obviously we will not need it, and we will leave it like this. We will click on accept and we will have everything we need to start interpreting this indicator. First of all, you have to understand the different zones and information that it gives us. For example, we have this upper part in red, which would mean that the price is entering an overbought zone, so there is a higher probability that the downtrend will be reversed. The same would happen in the lower part, but on the contrary, in this case the price would be touching an oversold zone, and therefore there would be a higher probability of reversal to the upside. Then we would also have the middle zone with the value 0, where the price would be in a balance between bullish and bearish. But this is not all. If you look from time to time, the indicator comes out at the top and also at the bottom. This happens because both this upper zone and this lower zone are also useful, as they would be the zone of extreme overbought and extreme oversold zone. And those are the exact points where we have to look and apply our strategy. Simply with the information that these concepts give us at the moment that the RSI touches one of these zones, in this case it would be the overbought zone, we would have to wait for a return towards the center and the change of the color of the candle. In this case it would be here. Even many traders prefer to wait for a second candle, and there we would enter our operation, and as you see we would make an incredible profit. Obviously we will not always have these big movements, but if we go a little further we see that the price again touches one of these areas, in this case of extreme oversold, so we would wait for the color change in the candle. We would place our operation. I recommend that with the stop loss below the previous lows, and with a take profit at a ratio of 1.5 to 1. That would also depend quite the asset you are operating. Obviously, cryptocurrencies are more volatile than, for example, Forex or traditional stocks, where you could place higher ratios. Even so, in this case, the operation has failed, but a few minutes later we have another entry signal, and in this case, the operation goes perfect. You know that in the world of trading we have to rely on probabilities and win rate in the long term. This indicator will allow us to get ratios above 90% if we also add other details that we will see below. Just in this case, we also see something very clear, and is another way to operate with the RSI, simply looking for divergences between the price and the indicator. As you can see, using only this method strictly, we would save that operation in negative and only enter when a divergence occurs. This is obviously a safer way to operate. It will provide less entries. But being in 1-minute temporality, we should not worry about it, because at the end of the day we always end up having several opportunities. As I was saying, if you prefer to use other higher time frames like 5, 10, or 15 minutes, you can also do that by adapting your RSI. Still, we will add another couple of indicators that will help us to further improve our entries. The first one is a typical exponential moving average, an EMA, and then we could also use the volume to help us find those key points where the price is more likely to follow that trend. First of all, in the EMA configuration, in this case I will put it in yellow color, and in data entry we will put 200. We click on accept to have clear what the trend is at every moment, and in the volume part we will increase the length from 20 to 30, and in style we will put the volume average, for example, in white color, so that it is easier for us visually. In this case, you also have to play with the assets that you operate, and if you are in 1-minute temporality, you have to know how to take advantage of any option. For example, here we have a divergence between the indicator and the price quite clear, and that also occurs just resting on that 200 EMA. Especially in these trend changes, when the price breaks that EMA, we must be attentive to when these possible pullbacks or reversals occur towards that average and then continue the original trend. Here we have a pretty clear case, and is that the price has been sideways for a few minutes. We could even mark a small divergence in this area with the indicator, and we could even extend it to this third point. What happens next is that we break that resistance, which in turn we could also place on the indicator, and just the candle that breaks the price also shows it as a break in the indicator. So simply with such basic data we could enter a new operation, stop loss below these previous lows, and ratio 1.5 to 1. Finally, if you look at the 5-minute time frame, we can also combine it with another basic indicator, such as the MACD, so that we also have much clearer reversal zones. Here, for example, we would have another very clear divergence, where in addition we would not have to enter just in these first candles, because we could wait for the cut of the MACD and at that time make an even tighter entry. As you can see, it is one of the most versatile indicators in the world of trading, as we can combine it perfectly with our knowledge of basic trading and also adapt it to our current operations. It gives us so much information that it has become completely essential for some professional traders. So from the team of the Traders Game, we encourage you to try it and to write us below in the comments box how you have done, with what other indicators you combine it. And as always, if you like our work and want to support us, pop the likes button, which is completely free and helps us a lot. We leave you as always in the description and link to our free Telegram community and to the official website of Trading Bonus, where you can find the best platforms and promotions both in crypto, forex, or stocks, and so you would already be starting with a plus. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video of the Traders Game.